What did you like about the film?
I like the shot composition personally. I thought like they all looked really like professionally done, and that made it like the narrative easier to follow because it would just flow nicer kind of thing because they all look matching.
The framing did like definitely work well with like the storyline. Like it's all like waterfall out and stuff.
Thank you.
I liked the bit at the beginning when George was getting out of the shed. Like the way you placed the camera and like the different angles when she was cleaning the parrot and stuff.
Okay.
I like the way you used the setting of the beach and the abandoned arcade to show when she was in a sort of kind of dream state, because I think that kind of is something quite sort of dreamy about like an abandoned arcade. It kind of reminds you of something that's kind of old and sort of not really relevant anymore and sort of like sort of surreal. And I think that was clearly a very deliberate choice, and I think it worked well. I thought it was very effective. You just got the sense that they were in a sort of weird sort of dreams like kind of area, because often you associate arcades with like kind of like an imaginary world, that sort of thing. So I thought it was quite effective.
Okay.
And I like the way the kind of waves, the kind of constant waves in the background as well, create a sort of ethereal sort of kind of dreamy state. So I thought that was quite an effective location choice.
Thank you, Sam.
I like the transition between the shots, like when she dropped the coin.
Okay, yeah. So the transitions between the daydreams work well.
Yeah.
I
And
mean-
was she holding the tea and then she went to holding the
Yeah,
coin
Yeah.
pot?
that's
That
what
was
I liked
good.
it.
Okay,
Yeah, it was good.
did you kind of work out that they were daydreams
I
in
did.
the end? Or
I only
was
did
it...
Not at the beginning.
when it switched back. I did.
Yeah, first time I
Okay.
switched
I
back
didn't
is when it
initially.
clicked.
I thought they'd just gone on a date or something.
Yeah.
I think to make it a bit more clearer, like maybe switch up in music kind of thing.
Yeah.
So like to show that she's happy in them moments, and then have it like quite kind of like dull, like quite dismal.
Yeah.
Is that a word?
Mm.
But like in the homeless scenes, if that makes
Okay.
sense.
I kind of like though the way the music didn't pick up that much, because it kind of made the whole scene kind of tinged with sadness. So it still wasn't realistic. So they were still quiet. There was obviously no dialogue. The music was the same. The setting was still kind of quite dreary in its own way. I think that kind of was quite effective, because although she was clearly happier, the whole thing seemed sort of not real and distant, and I think that made it
Like
more
something she couldn't have.
like something she couldn't have, and that made it more effective for what you were trying to do, I think.
Okay, so my next question is about the music. Basically, I decided after watching it that I don't like the guitar music, but I wondered how any of you would have it, or if you think, does it need music, or does it like need music in the daydreams? Just any points about it?
I think the music does work well, like with what it's shown. Like I definitely would change it when she goes into daydream, like to make it more happier. I think that would work quite well, but like for the sad music or like music overall is actually quite good.
Okay.
Got a bit repetitive.
I think the music should have been slower. I think there should have been less. It should have been sort of.
Yeah,
more,
she was walking really slowly, and then the music was like.
I
Yeah, I
don't
disagree. I
think
think it should be a bit quicker because I think it makes the film seem longer. That it's all slow. If you get what I
Well,
mean.
nothing was happening, so she's just like, it's too slow.
I think I can like. I think the guitar thing was fine. I think the fact that this guitar was fine, but I think it should have been like a. I can't think of any specific song that would have worked.
Yeah,
But if they were kind of just kind of playing different chords, but there was a distance between them, that would work more, and it would kind of. Because I don't think the music should have been the main thing there. I think that should have distracted from anything else.
Maybe moments of silence would be effective at other points, like maybe going into the first daydream where it cross dissolves.
Yeah.
So if it was just one chord and it proper fades out, and then you had then the guitar starts up again, but you layer it with like a piano to show that there has been a change.
Okay.
But necessarily, like how Sam said, he quite liked the guitar going through the daydreams because it showed that there was a sense of sadness throughout. So then you could just apply another instrument like a piano, and then it still have that, but something else to make sure it's different. If that makes sense.
So kind of stick with the guitar vibes, but try and make it a bit different.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to show you my other sequence now because I really want to enhance the editing, and I've made like a new ending of how I'd have it. Okay, I'm going to show you from when it comes back into the daydream because this is the only bit that's really like changed.
feel like that was visually more like interesting to watch, but I think if I'd watched that, the impression I would have got is that she was remembering something that had happened rather than thinking about something that wasn't real. So, and I think the separation allowed you to distinguish between what was real and what wasn't. And if you mix it up too much, you might have to. I don't know.
Yeah.
It depends on what people get from it. Although I thought it looked better, but I think it would potentially mislead people as to what you were trying to show.
Do you all think it necessarily matters if people interpret it differently though? So maybe I see it that she's going into the daydreams, but like other people see it that she's remembering something. Like, do you think it's a key thing?
On
Or
the
It depends
impact
on what
you
you
wanna
want,
give to people.
yeah.
Because if you want them to know it's a daydream, then you've got to make it obvious that it is a daydream.
Yeah.
Because we were talking about changing the music before. That could be too much of a music change between daydream and reality at that last bit. Like it
Yeah.
could get too hectic
Yeah, because I thought about at the end not having the music
at all.
on that end bit because I feel like it would be jumping
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
too much around.
I did like the transition, when the cars cut across and then it was them two on the beach. I thought that
Yeah.
looked quite nice. And maybe if you have the shots of them back at the, don't have the waves as a flashback kind of thing,
Okay.
because it's like they're not really effective. Maybe have it as them two, like the memories.
Okay, so she's remembering them too, not
Yeah.
like the waves, yeah?
Yeah.
I like the waves.
Yeah, I thought the waves was really good. What's wrong with the waves?
I like the waves when there was like a, because it's quite similar to the sound of a car going past, so it kind of blended.
Yeah.
And for the car shot, to have that like a little bit longer or like a bit slower, maybe. So, like,
Okay.
you can, like,
So the
it's not
cars
as
move
quick,
slower.
because it's really quick compared to like that pace of the film.
Okay. Isaac, what did you think about?
I like
last
that
bit?
ending more.
Do you prefer that
yeah,
one?
I prefer that one because it was a bit more interesting towards the end, and because I thought the music got repetitive towards the end on the last one, but because there was different stuff going on visually, it's more interesting. This one.
Do you feel like an ending like that balances out maybe the slower start
Yeah,
of the thingy, so it's
I
kind of
think
like
when
you
it's-
can have the slow.
yeah. When
and
there's
then...
changing like kind of like scenery and stuff, I think it's more interesting.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Were there any parts of the narrative or the film where you felt bored or unengaged, or you just didn't really know what was happening, and how could I kind of change it or like kind of grasp people's attention?
I didn't feel bored at any point, even though it was
No,
quite,
I
even though it was slow. I liked the slow beginning. I thought
I was
it
engaged.
really good.
I think that's
Okay.
just the purpose of the
If
film.
anything, it
isn't
would
it?
have
Yeah.
been just the shots of Georgia at the end, but I think the new ending is much better than
Oh,
the
okay,
original.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
Yeah.
thought it was boring when the Felix Day stuff like in the beach was a bit boring after a while.
Do you think I could like quicken that daydream
Yeah.
up a bit to kind of match?
I don't know, more stuff might have happened. I don't know. It didn't feel like she actually did that much.
Yeah.
So like, it didn't seem like she was having that much fun. I don't know why she was laughing.
I kind of, the thing I liked with the original ending was I liked the symmetry with the beginning. So she walked there and then it showed almost exactly the same way, but walking backwards, and it kind of made her life seem like it was returning to normality. And I think that was quite a sort of
Could you not-
effective
Yeah.
could you not include that shot of her walking back, like in the new ending as well?
thing.
Which shot?
Like of her walking back to the shed.
I mean, you still did in
Yeah.
the second one, but I don't know.
Oh, I thought, I don't know, you probably won't refilm any, but you know when Georgia sits down and then you go to the bit where they're sat at the beach and it's their backs, you could have done like Georgia's back on her own at the allotment and then flip to
Yeah.
the same kind of shot of the two at the beach to kind of like do the same thing in the daydream and reality, but
Yeah. Would you all think that would be worth refilming for that shot? No?
Only because I know the time schedule, and I just think I don't think you'd lose any marks
Okay.
for not doing that.
Okay.
So go and play around with the editing, see if you
Yeah,
can, like, cut
see
out.
what you can
Yeah.
edit
Yeah.
together. But
I wouldn't like go out and refilm it.
Okay. And finally, does anybody have any other points about the film, or do they want to develop anybody else's ideas that they've said, or kind of challenge them?
When George like walks into the alleyway or like alleyway, like she cuts across the camera, she looks into the camera at that point.
Oh, does she?
Yeah.
Okay.
And when she was laughing, I thought it was a bit like forced, and like you didn't see much of Neve, but you just saw Georgia laughing at this random person that you just don't know why she's laughing.
Do you not see that as like her having fun and enjoying it, or would it?
No,
do you
no,
just
I,
not find it?
or I did, but like it just I don't know why she was having fun.
I
was
thought it
definitely
was
having
fine. Like in terms
fun.
of
I
the
disagree.
okay, I thought it was okay because like obviously she's daydreaming of a better life, so she's not going to be
Yeah.
sitting there just like
No, that's not. I'm not saying
Okay.
that.
So what would you like to improve
Yeah,
then,
well,
Isaac?
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like it was just a bit forced in. Like Neve should have said something rather than Georgia just
Do you have
laughing
any
at her,
like shots of Neve's face?
taking a mick.
Or not really?
I don't really have as many shots of Neve's face because I wanted because obviously my idea was the daydreams. She doesn't really know Neve that well,
No.
so she's just imagining
Yeah.
Neve as like a figure that
Make sure
she
you
could be
establish
with.
that she doesn't, that it's a date. Maybe you should show a shot of her looking at her or something, like Georgia looking.
Yeah, you didn't quite know the relationship between the two.
Yeah.
Like you didn't know whether like, they once knew each other. Maybe.
Yeah, that's what.
That's,
Yeah.
that's probably the only thing that I'd say. That.
Do you know how I could? Because
You
people
could
keep
slow
saying
down
that. Like,
when Neve walks past Georgia, you could slow that down to make it more like she's making a note of who Neve is. So then when it does go to the daydreams, it's like it's not just a random person that she walked past. It's
yeah,
I think
someone
you
that
get
she took notice of.
get like a couple people walking past in general, and then she can be like one of many. So then like it doesn't look because if it was just because it's just Neve, it looks like there was actually something between those two or something. But if you just get a few people walking past, and then Neve's just one of the few people, then that could show that she's
Okay.
she's not someone like particularly important.
okay. Yeah, has anyone else got anything to say?
No.
I
No.
like the production.
Thank you, Chanel.